好，各位同学，大家好。我们今天要来看这个高级阅读第18课哦，关于 tackling obesity in the Western world，就是这个肥胖跟基因之间的关系。那我们要来做一个跟读练习。Tackling obesity in the Western world. Obesity is a huge problem in many Western countries and one which now attracts considerable medical interest as researchers take up the challenge to find a cure for the common conditions of being seriously overweight. However, rather than take responsibility for their weight, obese people have often sought solace in the excuse that they have a slow metabolism, a genetic hiccup which sentences more than half the Australian population to a life battling with their weight. The argument goes like this. It doesn't matter how little they eat, they gain weight because their body break down food and turn it into energy more slowly than do those with the so-called normal metabolic rate. Despite the persistence of this metabolism myth, science has known for several years that the exact opposite is in fact true. Fat people have faster metabolism than thin people. What is very clear is that overweight people actually burn off more energy. They have more cells, bigger hearts, bigger lungs, and they all need more energy just to keep going. By sealing the room and measuring the exact amounts of oxygen that test volunteer used, researchers were able to show her, taking only one night, that her metabolism was not the culprit. It wasn't the answer she expected and probably not the one she wanted, but she took the news philosophically. Although the metabolism myth has been completely disproved, science has far from discounted our genes as responsible for making us whatever weight we are, fat or thin. The world's leading obesity geneticist researcher, Professor Stephen O'Reilly, goes so far as to say, we are on the threshold of a complete change in the way we view not only morbid obesity, but also everyday overweight. Professor O'Reilly's groundbreaking work in Cambridge has proven that obesity can be caused by our genes. These people are not weak-willed or slothful. They have a genetic defect which causes them to be obese. While major genetic defects may be rare, many people probably have minor genetic variations that combine to dictate weight and are responsible for things such as how much we eat, the amount of exercise we do, and the amount of energy we need. When you add up all these little variations, the result is that some people are genetically predisposed to putting on weight. While the fast-slow metabolism debate may have been settled, that doesn't mean some other subtle change in the metabolism gene won't be found in overweight people. Science will eventually be able to cure some forms of obesity, but the only effective way for people to lose weight is a change of diet and an increase in exercise. Despite the 500 million a year Australians spend trying to lose weight, and 830 million it costs the community in healthcare, obesity is at epidemic proportions here, as it is in all Western nations. It has long been known that a part of the brain called the hypothalamus is responsible for regulating hunger, among other things. But it wasn't until 1994 that Professor Jeffrey Freeman sent science in a new direction by studying an obese mouse. Professor Freeman found that, unlike its thin brothers, the fat mouse did not produce a hitherto unknown hormone called leptin. Manufactured by the fat cells, leptin acts as a messenger, sending signals to the hypothalamus to turn off the appetite. Previously, the fat cells were thought to be responsible simply for storing fat. Professor Freeman gave the fat mouse leptin, and it lost 30% of its body weight in 2 weeks. Professor O'Reilly studies the blood samples taken from two extremely obese young cousins and developed a test for leptin in human blood, which resulted in the discovery that neither of the children's blood contained the hormone. When one cousin was given leptin, she lost a stone in weight, and Professor O'Reilly made medical history. Here was the first proof that a genetic defect could cause obesity in humans. 好，那我们今天的练习跟读就到这里为止。希望大家有空的话可以多练习几遍。那我们下回见。